It's time for Outdoors in the Valley with your host, Jim Dugan on WJER. Outdoors in the Valley is brought to you by TMK Valley Propane in Bakersville. When looking for a reliable local propane provider, trust TMK Valley Propane. Affordable, friendly, professional, all the way with TMK. Outdoors in the Valley is coming up next.
All the way with TMK. Service with a personal touch.
TMK Valley Propane takes pride in giving our customers the best service. Locally owned and operated, we are part of your community and delivering the best possible solution. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy local.
All the way with TMK. Service with a personal touch.
Welcome to Outdoors in the Valley with Jim Dugan on WJER. This week, ways to keep mosquitoes at bay without harming the environment. We will hear about the importance of owls, why wildlife biologists are concerned with the decline of grouse in Ohio, and how you and your animals pick up ticks when outdoors. Those stories and more on Outdoors in the Valley. Thanks for tuning in. Mosquitoes are becoming a real problem for many of us these days. When it comes to getting rid of mosquitoes, prevention is the way to go. Look for standing water around your yard and get rid of it. These bugs only need 1/4 of an inch of water for breeding, with females laying hundreds of eggs at a time. Maintain your yard. Mow weeds and overgrown vegetation. Stay away from foggers or sprays. They do more harm than good, especially to pollinators, and they only take out a small portion of the mosquito population. Burning citronella candles containing lemongrass oil can be somewhat effective, and if you are trying to keep mosquitoes and other bugs away from a porch, deck, or patio, try using a box fan. By running it on high, it will blow pesky insects away, along with our exhaled carbon dioxide, which attracts mosquitoes. Learn about the mysterious world of owls at a special program in New Philly. Nancy Owen taught school for many years, becoming a raptor and bat rehabilitator. She will be bringing several of her owl friends to a free program on August 12th from 1 until 2 p.m. at the Park Place Youth Center in New Philly. Nancy says owls are important for the Earth's biodiversity.
We have 4 different kinds of owls that live here in Ohio that we have on display: great horned barred owl, screech owl, and barn owl. Sometimes we can fly our great horned owl, and we talk about what they mean to the ecosystem and all kinds of things, how they fly silently.
A popular Ohio game bird is closely being monitored. It could be endangered. A decline in Ohio's grouse population has wildlife biologists like Mark Wiley worried.
Unfortunately, our indices for ruffed grouse abundance and distribution in Ohio remain at historic lows, and that's our drumming rate, that's our flushing rate. We still are receiving reports of grouse in multiple counties across eastern and southern Ohio. It does appear that grouse sort of are persisting in pockets, areas with heavy forest cover, of course, but with localized habitat improvement. So we do see that we have grouse holding on in these areas, but unfortunately it does appear abundance remains low.
If you missed out on seeing last Tuesday's supermoon, you still have one more chance on August 30th. It is the second of 2 supermoons appearing in the same month, known as a blue moon. This double feature of 2 full supermoons was last seen back in 2018. The next time it happens will be in 2037. We had our first supermoon of the year in July. The 4th and final one of the year is set for September. If skies are clear, it should be quite a show. To see even more detail, try using binoculars or a telescope. A full moon in August, according to the Old Farmer's Almanac, is called a sturgeon moon. That name derived hundreds of years ago when large amounts of sturgeon lived in the Great Lakes in August. We know ticks are out there waiting for the opportunity, but how do they get on us, our clothing, and pets? Wildlife specialist Jamie Emmert spends a lot of time outdoors in tick-infested areas. She says ticks mostly wait on the tips of grass. When you or an animal brush up against them, they attach.
Really, they're just waiting at the tip of, say, grass blades, for instance, and they reach their little legs out and they're trying to just grasp on anything that stumbles by. And sometimes it's a deer, sometimes it's a turkey, sometimes it's a dog, and sometimes it's a human. The closer you are to that vegetation where those ticks are waiting, the more likely you're going to encounter them.
That's this week's show. We would like to hear from you. Contact us at wjer@wjer.com. Miss an episode of the show? Check out the video section of wjer.com. Until next week, I'm WJER outdoor correspondent Jim Dugan. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks for listening to Outdoors in the Valley with your host Jim Dugan on WJER. Brought to you weekly by TMK Valley Propane in Bakersville. Online at tmkvalleypropane.com.